Kello, News Talk 1320, 107.9.
We're going to visit again with Rob Mudge, who is a very successful businessman out there in Rapid. And he is the president of 3 different companies. The one we're going to visit about today is RPM Innovations. Good morning, Rob. How are you?
Good morning, Rock. We have snow, too.
Do you really? Enough to cover the ground or not?
Yeah, just to be white a little bit, yeah.
Well, that's sort of like here. We're supposed to take up to 5, I think.
Yeah.
So on RPM Innovations, what does that company specialize in?
Okay, RPM Innovations is a company that works with a technology called laser deposition technology. And that's where you use a focused laser beam and direct it towards a target or a part or a plate and generate a small melt pool, and then you blow powdered metal into that. And we do service bureau work, which is mostly for the aerospace industry and commercial industry. And so it's a very heat-controlled way of doing welding, and we do it in an inert environment, argon instead of oxygen. And we can build, you've heard of 3D printing?
Yep.
We do 3D printing of metal parts that are as big as 5 foot by 5 foot by 7 foot tall. And so we can make parts, or we can repair parts that normally you would consider non-repairable by other technologies. And then we also, 4 years ago, it'll be in 14, we started building our systems and offering them for sale to third parties. So we now use the systems that we build for doing the service bureau work, and we also then build the systems that we sell to our customers.
I'm going off subject just a little bit. Do you sell manufactured product, airline manufacturers?
We're not into the commercial right now. We're working towards that. There's a large effort that's necessary to get all the regulatory agencies to buy off on what your technology is doing, because it's so disruptive. All of the major guys are looking at this now, and they're working on what's called the design allowables, so it can be used in commercial. But right now it's used in R&D and or military aircraft, rocket engines, structures, satellites, and things like that.
The reason I asked is there are a couple good companies down in Yankton that manufacture product for Boeing, and I didn't know if you got into that at all. How do you sell your...
Boeing is a big customer of ours, and we've received several awards from them for the work we've done.
Oh, wow. How do you sell your products? Do you use distributors on the Internet individually, or?
We have an in-house sales group that we use, and of course the internet always brings in inquiries. And then we have only one distributor, and he's in Japan. He has Japan and India.
Oh, wow. And I see that you sell your products throughout Canada, the U.S., and Mexico, Poland, Brazil, Japan, and others.
Yes.
And what makes your product so special versus your competitors?
Well, I think it's similar to the other companies, that the products that we provide or the services we provide, they all are focused on solving a problem for the customer or making their operations more cost-effective. And so when you use the proper engineering, your proper selection of materials, and a unique processing like this laser deposition is, you can do that, and ultimately you're making the customer's business more efficient and more productive or unique so they can compete.
That's your goal in all 3 of your companies that you own. How did this division get started?
Well, the first company we talked about a couple of weeks ago was RPM and Associates, and that's kind of the base company that's 36 years old almost now. And we were working along, and in 2001, early 2001, 17 years ago now, I received a call from the president of the School of Mines at that time, Dr. Dick Gowan, and he wanted a partner in the laser welding business. And I told him I'd been welding for 20 years, but I didn't know anything about lasers other than my wife had LASIK surgery, and they use lasers. And don't your civil engineers use lasers to keep things level?
Yeah.
And he says, yeah. And I says, well, that's all I know. I'm of no help. And he says, well, that's all I know. Come and we'll learn together. Come join me and we'll learn together. And so we did, and we were awarded an earmark in 2002 that allowed us to purchase our first laser system that was delivered in 2004. And then we ran it inside RPM and Associates until January 2013 because it's a startup business in a new technology. They call it the leading edge or the bleeding edge. It was bleeding edge, and so if we wouldn't have had a base company to work out of, it would not have survived. But after years of support from the aerospace guys and industry, we were able to finesse the project and mature it to the point that they really are interested in what's going on now, and to the point that we said, okay, let's pull it out in January 2013.
Now, I see that you have 25 employees on hand, and I can imagine that you're looking for more qualified employees. If somebody is interested in your product or applying for a job out in Rapid City, who would they contact? What's the telephone number, and what's your company's website to learn more about it?
Okay. Well, one way to contact for sure, and we are looking for more. We are looking for programmers, the coders, if you will. Our website is www.rpm-innovations.com. That's rpm-innovations.com. And the phone number, our main phone number, because we've moved into a new building just in this last month, the primary number there is 605-791-4555. 605-791-4555.
In closing, there you have it, folks. Another great South Dakota company that exports. When they get paid, that's outside money coming in, forces him to hire more people as he grows. Those people have families, groceries, automobiles, etc., that they have to buy. So, well, I want to thank you for helping our economy grow out in the Rapid City area, Rob, and have a good week.
You bet. Thank you, Rock. Stay warm.
You bet. Bye.